We should pick out a spot, I guess, for where like our airport's gonna be.
I don't know. I take the barrel nuts.
I wonder if it should just be above the base, like it springs off from the space elevator platform. And you have that like verticality, so you can feed its whatever it's getting to different parts of the base. Use all that vertical space. That sounds pretty smart. Yeah, you're right, Keith. We should listen to that guy.
And we'll put the aluminum in there. And we'll put the other aluminum in there. Were you thinking of putting it above the base, like above the skyport thing? Like our main starting area?
I was thinking about it like it might be a good idea to just build a bridge coming out of the sky. Build a bridge coming out of the space elevator platform, and then just have a new platform that is our airport.
Yeah, I like that. That'll look really cool too.
We can continue creating Xanarkand. No.
Yeah.
Midgar?
Midgar. Yeah, Midgar is the pizza, and Xanarkand is and Xanarkand is where foosball's played.
I realized mid-sentence, I'm like, wait a minute, you just said the one from your childhood, not the one that people remember. I played Final Fantasy
People remember
X.
Oh. When you said you meant me. I mean, you meant you, not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
My childhood was Xanarkand, not Midgar.
Yeah. This is my story.
Big scary boy. Oh god, no, don't kill me on the way back to my own body.
You know what's weird is I just realized that if Marty can do a good Sion, then he can probably do a really good Titus. Are we going to voice act the entirety of Final Fantasy X next? The game that's already voice acted?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, it's not all voice acted, technically. Jerpigs love to randomly be like, and here's the text section, because we didn't feel like it.
Yeah. That's where we save money.
They used to really fuck with me when I played like Lost Odyssey. Is that Lost Odyssey would literally have 3 different cutscene styles, and it would go between all of them in one cutscene, and you're like,
oh, that's
what?
bad. That's too much, yo.
Yeah. It'd just be kind of confusing. Like, why is there a text-only section and then a fully pre-rendered cutscene section and then like a 3D jabber-headed, no voice acting, but still like with camera angles and looking at the characters like ba at each other? Like, and was it the Yakuza games are sometimes guilty of that too, where you're just like, I pick a cutscene style. Just rapidly switching between them in one cutscene, and it's really a weird feeling.
Okay, so gotta kill 6 minutes.
Gotta kill fast.
I guess I'm gonna go up to the space elevator and start building off a bridge. I'm just gonna pick an arbitrary direction. Sound good?
Well, probably
or
one
do you
that
want it to
probably whatever direction makes the most sense. Like,
okay, I can. So there's 2 arguments. One is we try to amp up the Midgar and make it go over our base, which is probably not a great idea logistically, but stylistically,
like generally speaking, you want to go like in the direction that would involve being able to like have the conveyors of whatever is being delivered to the airport go to wherever it needs to go in the base. And technically that's always possible, but if you point the airport in the opposite direction from the base, it's going to be harder.
Okay, so I'm going to point it inwards towards the core of the base, because that's the most versatile, like, spot, basically.
Yeah. Alright, I eventually got my shit back. Goddamn. Whew, that was a problem. There was like a rare spawn purple fireball guy there on the way home. I'm like, that's even worse than the one I had to fight to do that. Oh, hello, slug. Slug detour.
Here. Get there. Yeah, I think I've kind of briefly mentioned that I've been doing a lot of exercises lately, like mental exercises to help improve my focus and being able to, like, you know, really hone in on like one task at a time, which is really, really nice. It works great for like everything except for multiplayer. Like even solo commentary is not a problem, but like being able to focus on the game and commentate and listen to you at the same time, apparently one of those has got to give.
No, I think that's
So
like
my apologies
that
if
feels universal.
Yeah, my apologies if you're saying something and then I'm just like, okay, so we put that there or
like
something.
Yeah.
You know,
I just think about like it's the infamous example because of the high profileness and so on is Game Grumps, obviously, of them like not paying any attention to the game and then complaining about things that they didn't know about and so on. But like obviously like I've been uploading Sonic Boom stuff this week to make up for my absence, and that's from 2014, but it's 3 people and then one of us is playing Sonic, and you betcha like Andrew's playing like trash and missing details, and when all of us aren't like quite picking up on what's going on in the game or what's being said, or we're all like everyone notices different things and then calls something out, and then the other people are like, what are you talking about, because they didn't notice that thing, because it's just like it's sensory overload to talk to multiple people while playing a game. It's why what is it, like I think about like that's the struggle of playing Wasteland and Divinity as like multiplayer RPGs. I'm like, oh my god, this is
Divinity.
It's so hard to be like, I'm gonna like absorb this CRPG, but also talk to other people, sometimes multiple other people in a multiplayer setting, and it's like those wires get crossed really hard. And there's like in games like that, there's entire conversations where I don't pick up on anything that was being said by the game, even though that's like the point. So the two things are kind of, they can be oil and water.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick and just point out that the decision to put the drone ports up here was a really fucking good one from a stylistic point of view, because as soon as the lights kicked on, I was like, oh, this looks so cool up here.
And we can decorate the airport.
Yeah.
Both up. We can have searchlights to mark the runway or whatever the fuck it is. It's not a runway, it's drones. But
yeah.
But we can also put, I think we can put lights pointing down at the base from the ceiling that you're creating.
Yeah, so it will look exactly like Midgar.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to press X on the thing to see the recipe for the thing. X. That was the wrong thing. I pressed the to-do list, the plus sign. That's an X. Okay.
Have you seen the overhang from the aluminum platform over the valley?
Yeah, it looks really cool. You can put those big,
the pink lights,
pillars, the columns.
Well, that's the physical structure, but the pointing towards the valley are these huge pink floodlights.
I didn't see the floodlights yet.
The lights are on now because the sun's down. It's just like colors.
Lights made this game look so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Sometimes I'm just like, this is what I wanted from Cyberpunk.
Yeah, kind of.
And it's so minor.
It looks very Cherry Blossom-esque.
Yeah.
Like it's that exact shade of pink.
I like that exaggerated cone the lights have to just outline them exactly.
Yeah.
Like, here's the exact light cone.
Yeah, but they
have all these sky
really
streaks.
See that in real life, but it looks really nice.
There's 4 lights on the space elevator, and then also on top of our main tower. And so those are all pointing colored cones that are parts of our base.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anyone make a base look like this. It's the most unique Satisfactory base I think I've ever seen, but it's very pretty in its own weird ways now. Let's see. Oh, things here, so I might as well make it immediately turn around and go back into the sky. Excuse me.
There's a landing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Boom, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Loot balloons. Nana happy something. Spiro Agnew.
Captain Kirk. The general scales of 99 loot balloons. Is Captain in German?
Milestone reached.
Don't know.
Hoverpack enables aerial overview of all powered factories as well as easy transport across multi-level
Pick
buildings.
that guy up.
wirelessly connecting to the power
Pick
grid.
that friend up. Do we have aluminium casing on me? No, we don't. We need to make high-speed connectors. High-speed connectors are made of... we just need to go grab some quick wire. Okay, let's do that and make a couple by hand.
Why can't I craft?
Where are we making quick wire?
Weird.
Making
I
it
tried.
somewhere, yeah.
I always use the portable crafted bench and not the one in the base because I usually leave that one for you. I just tried to use the base one and it wouldn't let me craft. It's like it's
Weird.
picked you as its favorite. It's now DNA bound to you.
Yay!
I never know what.
I like that
Blueprints
it
I
picked
want.
me because now I can neglect it.
Mm-hmm.
Where is quick wire?
We're gonna get more tree.
I know you're being made somewhere.
Maybe once we
Which
have
floating
uranium.
platform?
Are you trying to find quick wire?
Yes.
It's behind both towers.
Oh, it's all the way over there?
Yeah, remember when we went up to that one waterfall and we were together and we brought the Criterium back? Then we made a little
Keith.
quick wire station over there.
Do you think I remember that?
It's, well, you keep needing quick wire and it's still there. Where we made it together.
I have yet to actually have used quick wire. I have not
That
needed
seems
to use
impossible.
it for anything yet. I don't know what to tell you.
Do you never make Mark II poles?
No.
Oh, what a pain.
Why?
Because Mark I poles only have 4 connections. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, I'll live with it and complain about it. Yeah.
I have yet to complain about it.
Is that so?
Because it would be boring to complain about it. There are way more creative and interesting things to complain about than that.
Mm-hmm.
I have
You know,
standards.
The only reason you're able to say this with a straight face is because I can't see it. Is this quick wire part of the recipe for the drone stuff?
It's
Or are
part
you
of the
getting
recipe
it for the hazmat?
high-speed connectors, so yes.
Okay,
I didn't
so
pick
you're-
up enough to drop into the hazmat slot, though.
Okay, yeah, you
so I'm
take
gonna
care
do
of that. I'm grabbing the stuff for the hazmat suit stuff.
Okay. Then I'll make the high-speed connectors.
Oh, these casings. Let's see. Oops. All the casings are being fed into the thing because we need them.
You can just grab them from
Makes
the
it
thing.
hard to grab 50 of them.
Oh, wait, you can't because they're being consumed, right?
Yeah, I have to just stand on the conveyor and wait for 50 to come. Womp womp. Come to me.
Oh, that ate up all the quick wire. Okay, back I go. Bam, 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 bam.
30. Slowly getting
Oh,
there.
God.
I also have to make 50 air filters. Hope we have enough mycelia now. And 50. Okay. Now I grab the quick wire, and then I figure out how the hell you make gas masks. Here we go. Ah. We can do. Hello, bird.
What's up?
One day you will learn the layout of this place. When I
know
send
it in broad strokes.
when I send the 3D model of it to Andrew so he can print it out. Well, I guess I should have Brian print it out because he can deliver it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
He has access.
He knows where the bird lives.
He'll track you down.
Lived. He does not currently know where the bird lives.
Oh wait, I should. I need to test this. Yes. Do I have any time? Yeah, I have more explosives still. Okay. I need to find out if I can blow up the poison things or not. Yeet.
I want to watch. Okay, never mind.
All right.
Did they die?
No.
Why can't you yeet good?
I'm really disappointed right now.
Oh.
I'm just really sad. I hate these things.
The poison things?
They're just in
the
our
worst.
base. Go away.
They don't serve a purpose. They just annoy.
Yep.
Oh. Oh no.
I bring you pain.
That's
the
something we
kind
have in
you
common. Oh. I'm the poison of people.
You're the
All right,
poison
it's
of people.
Yep. Time to just
Are
stand
you
on the
calling
conveyor
yourself
belt and-
toxic?
Yeah, I guess I am. But when I'm toxic, it's hilarious to me.
To me, I was about to say, it's an interesting self-justification you got there.
Yeah. That may be what toxic people say. is
I'm
that
sure
they're
it'll
just
age
trolling,
well.
bro. Okay, come here, come to daddy, yes! Yes! 13,
Coal, fabric, and rubber.
15.
Shit.
Come on, give me more, 17, 19, 21. I'm done calling out the numbers. This isn't entertaining.
Doing reps over there, bro? You doing reps? Bro.
Bro, watch me bench, bro. I can't bench unless you're watching me bench.
All eyes on me, bro.
There's got to be like a fucking like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle or something joke buried in that shit, right? Like it's got to be there. Like he can only bench when he's being observed or something,
Heisenberg's
right?
uncertainty. What the
Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It's in there. Someone who's better at things.
Oh god damn it! I
You
just
do
clicked the
it.
wrong thing. Damn it! Used the wrong thing. Who let me be this dumb?
Who?
Who? This dumb?
Who?
Doing all right
My
there.
throat's dry. What can I say?
That the thing you said. Did it?
Oh no.
What?
I'm just gonna make noises, and it's up to you to interpret them.
Oh,
Yes.
we reached the aliens are assholes stage of this episode. Also known as
Okay, time to put down a drone
Arrival.
port.
Actually, less Arrival. Arrival, they were genuinely struggling to communicate. It's more like an absolutely remarkable thing.
Oh God. Oh, this screen has too many things.
Oh wait, were they struggling to communicate in Arrival, or was that a test in that too? I don't remember. I need to watch Arrival again. Oh, did you watch? Speaking of movies, I know what I can vamp about. I saw Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I think I
Did you
just
think it was
happened to
bad?
sit down with people that had a bunch of streaming services on the exact day that it came out, without knowing it was coming out. I think I might have seen it on like launch day. It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I think it
Yeah.
probably has some effective fan service scenes of. There's several moments where somebody basically just looks directly at the camera and says "fatality," "flawless victory," or something like
There
that.
should only be like one.
It happens multiple times.
Oh.
I think there's a finish him, a fatality, and a flawless victory.
Okay, so let's just cut to the chase. Is it good enough?
You should probably just watch the original movies.
Oh wow, it didn't even reach that far. Wow.
No. It's the lore is really iffy and weird and kind of irritating. I'm not 1000% sure about the lore of Mortal Kombat, but I feel like they just made up a new character and made him the main character because they keep doing that with stuff like the Resident Evil thing. Or they just make up a new character to be the star of the movies, and then everybody else plays second fiddle to them. But like, the protagonist is aggressively boring. He's so boring and so
That's kind of
nothing.
weird because if there's one thing the Mortal Kombat games and canon of characters do have going for it is they do have a lot of very fun campy personality.
Oh yeah, this one has Kano as one of the main characters, and he's great.
Yeah,
he's just really fun to have around. It also the whole thing has that like I'm in a big fucking hurry, like this is a book adaptation feel. I'm like, why is this happening? Why is everything happening so fast in this thing? Like people just accept information instantly with no pushback, and people just exposit something that just becomes the new status quo of like the world, like on the fly. Like there's so many moments where you're like, really, just like that? All right. And one of the most frustrating things is that like at the climax of the movie, there's the basic writing like 101 demands there must be like a big loss that happens, and it's like everyone's their lowest point, and then like some kind of growth or learning or something happens, and then that you go back and you win in the climax and so on. Like, you know, like it's like the Empire Strikes Back followed by Return of the Jedi, like that kind of thing. In this movie, that's about 30 seconds. They literally like run away. Like, they run away losing from a big encounter. Then like the protagonist gives like a 10-second pep talk, like, no, we're gonna be smart about this. We're gonna take control. We're gonna do this. And then like they all just instantly teleport to the locations of all of the people that they just finished losing to, and then beat them, and then the movie ends. Like it's almost like the same 1-to-1 duels happen, except they win this time for some reason, kind of like switcheroo, and you're like, the fuck? Like what the fuck?
Milestone reached.
Like people keep oh my god, the level of stupid that keeps happening. I'm like, why? You just established the rules. Why are you immediately doing the stupid thing you just established that you shouldn't? Okay, there he goes. It's a very busy movie that's in a hurry the whole time. The stuff just keeps happening. Is it like an
ensemble type plot too? Like, are there a bunch of
it's a whole roster of like heroes of Earth fighting a whole roster of like the evil shadow dudes.
Okay, so it is like just jam packed with like here's your 5 minutes total of plot for the entire movie. Yeah, enjoy it.
One of the most damning things was like, there's these brands that make people like the heroes of Earth, and the protagonist has one. This is like minor spoilers for a stupid thing where the plot. Fuck the plot. You're not watching it for the plot. No one's watching it for the plot.
Yeah, it's fine.
The whole reason he abandons his family is to get away because he has this brand that he grew up with, and so like all the shadow people are coming to kill the people with the brands because those are the people that can compete in the Mortal Kombat tournament, which decides the fate of Earth, and they're trying to cheat by killing them all before the tournament. So he leaves his family to go train and learn his superpower, because everybody with a brand has a superpower. They just say that, basically. But at one point he's like, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. So what does he do? He goes back to his family, who promptly gets attacked. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? It's like, what did you think was going to happen? We've firmly established the rules, and you made a very intelligent choice earlier with no emotion, just knowing like, oh yeah, I stay away from my family during this because they'll get attacked by fucking Cyclops monsters if I hang out with them, so I gotta go hide. Like, even if you're not good enough for the tournament, you don't go back to your family. What is wrong with you? But I'm watching this movie like, oh, okay, it's because he's the protagonist, so it's like, he's got to have an emotional core, so like he's gonna be he's the underdog this whole time, and he can't figure out what his power is. But then once his family gets threatened, he's gonna suddenly discover his power, and it's like, lo and behold, that's exactly what happens, and that's the whole movie. The whole movie is that over and over again. You're like, oh, okay, this is the scene that does that, and then it happens, and like, oh, okay, this is the scene that does that, and then it happens. Oh, that's the guy that's like the most promising one amongst them, and he's not really from the core group of sympathetic characters, but he's the most promising pupil of maybe winning the tournament. So like, he's gonna dramatically sacrifice himself so that everyone can get away, which means that there's gonna be a low point where they're all like, oh no, the guy that's actually good is dead, we're fucked. And then that happens, and like, I swear to God, I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie every step of the way. You almost want it to be dumber and less plot heavy and just be a bunch of fighting like Sucker Punch, because it's not worth. The problem is that when you do this big complicated story, they insist on expositing all of it to you, even when it's the most familiar plot ever. So like these kinds of movies are often like 80% explaining the story, and that part's boring, and then 20% stuff happening, and you're like, it's not worth it, bro. It's fine. Like that's what drove me crazy about like Detective Pikachu. When I criticize that, people are just like, just turn off your brain and just enjoy the stupid Pokemon movie, dude. And it's like, well, the stupid Pokemon movie is 80% explaining the plot that's bad. It's not just a bunch of stupid Pokemon stuff. It's almost entirely the explanation of the stupid bad plot and its bad story. It's like, just play Zero Escape for the escape rooms, bro. It's like, but the Zero Escape's 95% shitty visual novel, goddammit.
I did really feel like Detective Pikachu was very, very expository.
Oh, it's so much.
That is definitely true.
It's so much exposition, and the story is just not very good. And ranging from not very good to actively dumb. Like the super, like, even glossing over had the supervillain's actual plan. His plan somehow hinged on him just like making himself vulnerable and entering this alternate state that is the climax of the movie, while the protagonist is just standing in the room. And so the fucking climax of the movie is he starts doing a thing, and then the protagonist unplugs him like 30 seconds later and the movie ends. The protagonist who was already in the room when he started doing the thing. Like, my one henchman will stop him, my plan is foolproof, and then his one henchman didn't stop him, so he just unplugged him, and that was the movie ends, and you're like, what the fuck? Why does anyone like these? I'm so confused. Not because you got a bunch of cool Pikachu battles, there wasn't a bunch of cool Pokemon battles, it was just like PG level Ryan Reynolds vamping and bad story. I don't know what anyone is. I don't know why anyone's like this. Did you like how Detective Pikachu set up a female protagonist whose entire role was to be the reporter that's the investigative journalist that like really cares about uncovering this whole mystery? But literally every single time any kind of plot development happens that it unveils what's happening, the movie just quietly escorts her around the corner to leave the scene so she doesn't get to witness any of the actual plot developing every time. Like, they go into the secret facility, so she immediately gets captured by... They like, let's split up, gang! And then she gets captured by Greninja, so she's not there during the revelation. And then a moment later... I had
totally forgotten that she was in the movie.
Yeah, she's in the whole movie, and she never matters.
She's got the side eye.
And she cares more about the plot than the protagonist does. There's a whole part where, like, they're about to meet up with like Mewtwo and shit in like that random piece of like the forest or whatever the fuck's going on at the end, and like the Bulbasaurs are just like, no, you don't get to see the story, and they just like guide her away condescendingly to not be there for some reason. And she just goes with it, like she's like, oh, I don't care that much about my job or my entire character motivation. You could just delete me from this movie. Like, why are they doing this to her? What is the goal? Why do they keep like kicking her out every time the plot happens? Like, did you not,
so
did you film those scenes already, then add that character?
I bought the recipe for the battery, so we should be able to start making the should be able to start making them in the blender.
You bought the recipe? Was it in the mail?
So I couldn't figure out how to make battery. Okay, I guess I should say I bought batteries from the Fix-It shop so I could see where they were produced, and they're produced in the blender. I also got 100 batteries just for doing that, so that was a nice little start.
That is useful. Yeah, whenever you need to know that kind of thing, if you press N, N, you can search the item, and in the recipe it tells you where it's made too.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's some big, heavy modular frames.
So that's the refinery. Luckily, they did make enough room for us to work with here, because we are going to have to probably start expanding out this area to start producing batteries. At least one battery, right? I don't know.
You mean like one battery producing building?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we start somewhere, and then we just see from there what we can do.
Did you have to make any blenders yet? Where are they?
I have never made a blender.
Oh, okay.
I don't even really know how it works.
We're gonna make our first blender.
I spent the last few minutes ranting and mashing the items together I needed to make a hazmat suit recipe, and then the thing was only gone for like a minute when I did that. So immediately I'm doing nuclear power now.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm running around the base grabbing those items.
Okay, that requires supercomputers, which we're not making anywhere, so have fun with that.
That's going to be where we stall.
Yeah.
There we go. So supercomputer is a computer, an AI limiter, a high-speed connector, and a plastic. And aren't we still working on high-speed connectors, or did you make that already?
I made those manually because I only needed a handful. So
we still need to invent those. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're working on something else, right?
I'm working on making a blender to make batteries.
Okay, so I'll work on the high-speed connectors.
Sounds good.
You know, that movie was such a case of like, I see different movies. Is everyone okay? Agreed. And so now, like, I super don't trust.
People just really like the CGI.
I super do not trust all the people that say that Sonic the Hedgehog or Justice League Snyder Cut were good after Pikachu getting so much like universal acclaim from nerds.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I get it. It's like video games. It's like when AAA video games come out, you decide in advance that you're gonna like it, and that's pretty much 90% of the work done. The Ghost of Tsushima effect, where a game does like nothing to impress you, but you're like, but I've decided all year long I'm gonna love it, so then it comes out and I love it. Like, okay. That's nice, gamers.
I'm gonna put
direct your hate mail to
over here right
pewdiepie@gmail.com. He'll be glad to have you. Where are circuit boards being made? Probably by computers.
Are we making sulfuric acid anywhere? That is water mixed with acid. Water mixed with sulfur. Sorry, water mixed with sulfur.
No, but we can work on that because I have a dedicated sulfur platform that isn't doing shit. It's just making black powder.
Okay, so sulfur needs to be fed into the area where we're making aluminium to make batteries.
High-speed connector.
The battery is alumina solution, and sulfuric acid, and aluminium casings. Nice! Oh, God. Aluminium casings are definitely the screws of the aluminum tier. Aluminium tier.
So sulfuric acid is just sulfur and water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll run over to the local lake and pump water all the way to my sulfur location. Okay.
That makes sense, yeah.
I'm on my way.
I'm gonna go find your sulfur location too, because I don't know where it is.
It's the big yellow thing by the oil. God damn it. Do I have the stuff to make water? extractor. Okay, cool.
You make water by mixing ice with hot. But you have to do it correctly, or else you wind up with icy hot.
Mix ice with hot. But
Yeah.
like a condom? What is icy hot?
Icy hot is that thing that you rub on you to like make you be all relaxed when you like strain your shoulder or whatever.
Is it icy or is it hot?
It's both. It's
Oh
icy
my
to
God.
dull away the pain, and it's hot to relax it away the pain.
I just remember like
Right.
looking at the condoms aisle as a kid at like gas stations and being just confused by just the promises that they make. You're like, I'm sorry, this does what?
Huh.
I mean,
It
there's-
occurs to me that I don't think I've ever seen condoms at a gas station.
it's just weird. It's just strange. You think they just have a clear job to do, but they're like, here, welcome to our fucking 75 versions of Prego. Which do you want, chunky? You want vibrating electric hot cold?
I don't think that you'd be like,
No.
like, babe, you want me to put on the chunky condom? Like, I don't think it,
Oh no.
Also, chunky condom sounds like the name of a punk singer.
Chunky condom. What a cursed thought.
Mm-hmm.
Six.
It's those boys from Westford, Chestershire. Chunky condom from Worcestershire.
You add enough syllables, it just starts to sound like that thing that Wolverine says when he charges forward in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah. Oh, different.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it, Wolverine. We're on the same page.
Okay, there's where you, therefore you near sulfur, yeah? I come over to see sulfur. Oh, this where you make water pump.
Are you coming to me?
Yeah, because I still don't know where the sulfur is being made.
It's by the oil.
I ran over to the oil
It's
and
a
I couldn't see
giant
it.
yellow platform.
I didn't see
Can't
it.
find the giant yellow platform. It's right by the space elevator.
I'm just gonna watch you. You're gonna go over there eventually. I'm just gonna look over your shoulder.
It's technically the
fuck.
case. I guess. This is the free range spaghetti.
The game doesn't like update your building as quickly as it updates my building stuff, so it kind of looks like it looks claymation-y, but like in the frame rate that you would expect from a Tool video. 'Cause it's just like this weird like little tentacle thing just kind of like jaggedly sort of like swooping around. Like I can just basically picture hearing Maynard's vocals being like
Are you saying it's got?
or whatever.
Are you saying it's got moves like Jagged?
Oh, my phone is buzzing.
Moves like Jagged.
I just found out the other day that Maynard got COVID and it like messed up his voice and
Who's
it still hasn't
Maynard?
recovered. The lead singer for Tool,
Oh,
Maynard James Keenan.
sucks.
It does suck. He had a very, very cool voice. I don't know about good, but it was cool because he could do stuff with it that I was like, huh, interesting.
I don't know if it was good. It was something.
It was versatile.
It existed.
Yeah.
Perhaps more important than all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is made in a refinery. I can afford a refinery. Oh, that's good.
Okay, so I found the yellow platform. It was over here.
Yep, it was the big
I
yellow
did
one.
not see it. It was over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see how I basically walked directly past this thing. Cool.
Yeah, every time you went to just in case, you had to walk past the sulfur platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the direction the sulfur's coming from, is Bird's coal hole.
Mm-hmm. That's a thing. That's a thing that's documented. That is now forever a moment in the universe. We have recorded that information and uploaded it to the intertubes.
For the benefit of Mockingbird.
There will be a show tonight.
On trampoline.
It's a really
the
cool
Hendersons
song.
will all be there, derailing a D&D campaign.
What a scene.
What a scene. Where is the closest pole? Fuck, something's powering
there's
you.
one over
Oh,
here.
there it is. I was like, something's powering the rest of this sulfur area. Where's the pole? Alright.
Okay, so you have water. This is so far, there's no way that this is working, right? Like, there's got to be pumpies that we need to add.
Maybe. I was focusing on getting the connection thing done. Because then once it's all plugged in, I then need to go back to the beginning and check the head lift on the pump to see, like...
Right, exactly.
I have to find where it stopped working. Or
Okay,
just
well...
say, fuck power, I don't care about power, and just put 50 random pumps along the process.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we're going to need nuclear power, and then nothing else matters.
Something I really dislike is that these pumps... They're nice enough to give you a really clear hologram of how far they're working and give you an exact lock point of where to put the next pump. Like, it's clearly a snapping point of where to put the next pump to keep the thing going. And it's usually wrong.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Whenever I
trust
use
it.
Yeah, whenever I use that spot, it's like, no, actually you need to go backwards like 5 feet because they put it too far forward and the water won't connect. It's like, why? Why is it wrong? And I've checked it this update and it's still wrong. It's like, that's all right. I just never trust it. Yeah, I'm watching the water pump through. It's hard to say. I did put the Mark II pump on it, which is 50 head height, head lift. It might be enough. It's a pretty horizontal path. This is a very horizontal biome. And as far as I know, pipes just work infinitely horizontally. It's just.
I think that's true. Yeah,
It's just any amount of climbing.
Which does not make any sense, but whatever. I'm not a scientist.
I guess it's just flowing. Like, I think about those big canals going through California, and it's like, those aren't pumped, I don't think. They just flow because the water's moving, and it's coming from one side, and there's nothing on the other side.
Okay, well, let's get your friend on the horn to tell us if it's like centrifugal force or if like if it's not enough cups or something like that. Like, yeah, I mean, we can do something. Get their input.
Distressingly, those frustrating conversations were two different people. So I get to look out for both of them.
Well, yeah, because it's not like one person has a monopoly on being wrong about things. Like, it's something that can be spread around.
Yeah, I'm staring at the pump, and the head lift keeps hovering around 6 or 7 meters, and its maximum is 50.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's actually capping out. I think we're just currently waiting for the water to finish filling the entire pipe. It has to manually, fill up every bit of pipe on the way to its destination before it finally reaches its goal.
All right, so I just got raided, which is cool. I'm wondering if the same thing is going to happen every time I get raided, which is people come in and start spamming emojis and then immediately get banned by Nightbot. And then I'm like, cool, thanks for stopping by, everybody. You just intentionally got
raided.
kicked
Like,
from this channel.
how many healers and tanks did they bring?
Nobody's gotten banned yet. This is officially the longest raid I've ever had without people getting banned by a bot.
What kind of drops do
I've
you
been
have?
meaning to disable that stupid thing for years, but I don't remember how to do it. I don't remember how I set it up. So I don't know how to get it to go away.
If I take you down, like, what kind of loot do I get?
If you kill me,
Yeah.
you can't. I only come back stronger.
Oh, God. Raid progress. Do fucking progression raids against a boss that just gets the fuck back up. You're like, no. It took us 3 weeks to down him. Reaches phase 2. Fucking Sekiro boss fight. You're like, who would make this?
How's your neck going, Bird? It's going good. My elbow hurts. I have to hold it at a weird angle. I mean, I don't have to. I'm just currently holding it at a weird angle.
I hold it at a weird angle for fun. Alright, I'm currently pumping the sulfuric acid, but I don't actually know where you're taking it, so I'm gonna stop helping now.
I'm taking it over to the blenders, which are located basically over by the aluminium. We got a ways to go.
I just went ahead and added the pump to it, so it do.
Okay, well, thank you for helping me pump.
I don't like this plan.
It's good to have support, you know?
I don't like this plan.
What? You don't like the plan of pumping the sulfuric acid all the way across the base?
Let's use the stack.
Why?
Because the whole point of the stack is to not have random spaghetti across the base.
But I want the spaghetti.
But there's literally pipe stackers. We can stack the pipes.
I want the spaghetti.
I'm putting the stacks on the pipe supports on the stack.
Nothing's even going over there. How are you gonna stack it?
What are you talking about?
Are you talking about my things?
Where's the blender?
Stuff?
I don't. Yeah, because you're doing a pipe.
Yeah.
Instead of going through the base, let's just go on the stack.
No, it's over by the aluminium.
I have a better path. Fuck it,
There's no pipes going over to the aluminium. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, the great stack, that worms through our whole base. I'm adding pipe. I'm adding pipe
to it.
Things to it. Yeah. What are they called?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Stackable pipelines, because you can stack pipelines and conveyors on the same stack.
See, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you had just told me and if I had just listened to what you were saying, then we wouldn't be in this predicament, would we?
Why didn't you say something sooner?
God,
I'm a cartoon character.
Yeah, you make me sound like Abbott and Costello at that point. Hey, why didn't you say something sooner? I've been trying to say something this whole time. Well, you didn't do it. Every time an Abbott and Costello clip pops up on YouTube for my recommendations, and for whatever reason, you watch one thing on YouTube and it always just throws recommendations for you for forever, right? I watched one thing of Abbott and Costello and it keeps popping up and it's always just something like Abbott and Costello bet on the horses. And so I just will turn to Lady Bird and I'll be like, here, let me guess what this one goes like. It's gonna be something like, look at all the horses over there. Like, I don't see any horse. Which one are you gonna be betting on? I'm gonna be betting on number 2. Number 2 is not gonna be racing day. I told you to be betting on number 2 or some shit. There's Abbott and Costello. Every single one of them.
Blenders. Let's see.
I'd only put down one. It's over there.
I just don't know where I'm looking.
It's towards the begin. So that big area that you weren't using, I put a blender there.
That's most of the map. Is
the
big area we're not using.
In the aluminum area next to the water.
Oh.
Epcot Center.
Okay.
Is where
on
I put
on the actual
blender.
aluminum platform. Okay.
Yes, exactamundo.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
Here.
Are you connecting to the supports?
I'm connecting to the supports, just like you wanted me to.
Yeah. Okay. You'll figure it out from there. All right. I'm gonna go back to what was I doing instead of because you were working on. I was gonna work on high-speed connectors.
High-speed connectors, exactly.
Yeah. Now for me, the trap is there'll be like someone's pets, basically. It's like somebody that has either just makes cute like videos with their dog, or they like have an exotic.
Oh, you're talking about YouTube recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one of the one thing I saw recently was like a video that was suggested to me that was like wolf bite versus dog bite, and it was kind of lying clickbait because it's technically a wolf dog. The person doesn't just own a wolf, but it was a 97% wolf dog. But it was just, they would just throw string beans to them one by one, and the little white-faced husky, the little white-faced husky would just do like munch, like just quiet, silent catching, and then every single time one was thrown to the wolf dog, it was just this clomp, like this fucking like steel trap slamming shut sound. And it was like one of them was
worth it, but
one of them was completely silent, and the other one was the loudest thing in the world. And so, but then it's like, you want to watch all of their videos? And I was like, kinda. But then like, you get like 5 videos deep, and you're like, okay, I'm kind of over it now. They're like, no, all suggestions. This is all you want. This is all you get now.
I watched like a couple videos of like pet otters, and like that's cool and all, but it became like the doorway to like the pet otter verse. You know, it's like oh, all these people that own otters like get together and hang out and make their otters play with each other, which is cool and to be expected, but there are a lot of otter YouTubers out there, and it very quickly becomes
you start being suggested the entire like genre.
Yeah, you get the entire otter community. It's basically like drama YouTubers, but they all own otters
but wholesome instead. Until they become drama YouTubers.
Oh, they might. Who the hell knows?
If there's any community on YouTube, it's rife with drama. A cutthroat. Like if they You think makeup YouTubers bad? Let's see otter YouTubers.
It's gonna be an otter catastrophe when that happens.
You've seen them crack shells, but have you seen them crack heads?
No, dude. Okay, I got a clown on one of these guys though, just a little bit. So. He's got
just a little clowning as a treat.
This guy's running like his little otter channel, and every video is pretty normal. It's what you'd expect. It's like, look at my cute otter today. It's gonna be doing otter things. Then one video, he's like anatomy of an otter or something like that, and the entire video is this guy pointing out like where his otter's like nipples are. And this is like his balls, and this is his nipples and stuff, and I'm just like, what is this? There's like a 3-minute video of a guy basically
like who was this for and what is its goal?
Nipples, and it's just like, this is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. I still watch the guy's videos, but like,
it'd be like if you made a video. It'd be like if you made a video of you farting your rabbits.
I haven't had to do that in a long time. They've been very healthy.
They grew out of it.
Good. Yeah. No, I mean, I think legitimately them moving out into the burbs made them like happier and not very stressed out. It's a lot quieter.
Maybe, yeah.
Difference.
A manufacturer. That's never a good sign.
Here, huh?
It's never a good sign when you need a manufacturer to build something.
No, yeah. No,
all right, well,
you're in for a bad
it's
time.
gonna be a big one. I need plastic because it's in motors. Where was the Did you remember from when you found recently where the motors were?
They're on like the top floor of the building, but not the first one we started, or it's like
somewhere in the second tower, I think.
It's in the second tower, yeah. Yeah. Throat's so dry right now. This room's really warm.
My frame rate is gone right now.
Well, that raid didn't last. Yeah, they really do. I think people get immediately turned off by the fact that I'm incredibly weird and boring.
The raids are just a weird concept.
I don't understand them.
No, not really.
They don't.
In particular,
seem like they work in terms of like promoting any sort of growth or anything like that. Like I don't know. They seem odd.
Well, in many cases, like my first impression of raids was that it'd be like, oh man, everybody check out this channel that I like a lot, and we're all gonna like, I want to share them with you. But I think it's just like some stream of people that just get fucking bored.
Yeah.
And they just like
my assumption
they just
of a raid
randomly
is that,
watch things, including other people,
Yeah.
and then just like they're pretty much, and I think in many cases they're just like fishing for like a reaction out of you, and that's about it. Like, oh my god, you're being raided.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm being raided. And then like they're just like running, chasing that high over and over again, but then no one cares about the person or their content.
I've always thought that like a raid is kind of the exact same experience as like playing a song for somebody that you really like, and then you find out that nobody likes it.
Oh.
It's like, oh, check out this song, and then you're like, man, you're grooving along, and you turn to your left, and you're just like, oh,
yeah,
no.
the heart-crushing feeling of like trying to show like a YouTube video you like to like a room of people, and no one cares.
Yeah.
They either actively dislike it, or they're just like clearly not paying any attention, and the enthusiasm is just not going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just on their phone, just waiting for the moment to pass. It'll be over soon.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good when that happens. Just makes you feel really cool. Mm-hmm.
And loved.
Mm-hmm. I told the streamer to raid you. I guess they weren't expecting this. Yeah, I mean, I did talk about otter nipples, so you know, wasn't exactly setting myself up to earn a whole lot of new fans from that one. For whatever it's worth, it was really weird to watch that dude rub his otter's nipples. So I'm not gonna not talk about it at least once. You got to get that. You can't keep that inside.
I mean, that's just the theme of this entire series at this point. It's just bringing up strange topics that make people ask questions about us.
We do tend to do that a lot.
Yeah. Because the more you get the reinforcement of the idea that maybe you shouldn't, the more you only think about doing that.
Yeah.
Like, but all I can think about is weird topics now. That's all that's left.
Well, I mean, what are you going to talk about that's like boring and normal? Like, oh, today I
have you seen
did really
Game
good
Ball?
at putting away
The
the
game
shit
of
in my
ball?
dishes. I mean, not putting away the shit in my dishes. You know what I meant to say.
I thought it.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not entirely sure if I know what you're saying.
Oh my god. I can't believe I have to explain. Okay, maybe this is a good topic to bring up. All right. Okay. You ever go to your dishes and then be like,
And just
this
take
shit
a
is
steaming
annoying."
dump in them.
Yes.
Then you're like, haha, that taught him a lesson. And that's just continues to be someone else's problem, obviously, as you live
Yeah.
alone.
No, okay. So, like, if you shit on a plate, then...
I'm
Okay.
with you.
Got that. if you take a shit on your dishes, then everything else that was on the dishes is going to be like, oh, we got to move out.
Oh,
And then
negative
they clean
reinforcement, but for
themselves.
like dish grime.
Yes.
It's like
and they clean
it's like the
themselves.
cleanliness equivalent of like hurting yourself again to make the first pain less noticeable.
Right.
Obviously, that checks out.
And then, you know, the problem is that you have shit on your dishes, but like...
But now
I
it's
haven't
only
worked
one
that part
problem.
out yet. Yeah, but
You ignore the
it is-
other problems.
Beforehand, you had things like spaghetti and like a little bit of like
Yeah,
olive
and
oil
now
and stuff like that.
there might
And now
still be
it's just
spaghetti,
shit.
but no one's talking about it. No one
You have a
remembers.
clear
No one
runway
remembers the
for-
spaghetti.
Yeah, clear runway for a whole new focus to be brought on your shit plates.
Fuck.
I fail to see why you're having so much trouble with this topic.
It is amusing living
You
with
didn't take home ec,
housemates,
did you?
where there is always like a. Yeah, they teach you that in high school. There's always the growing animosity of like the dishes politics amongst people that, of like they just leave stuff in the sink and then it's like, and then they dissociate with it. They don't remember it. They, like they'll immediately forget it was ever their dishes basically. And it's
it's the static clutter, right? Like it's the clutter that you accept is there because it just is.
There's a growing resentment throughout all the people in the household. It's just like this experience.
Yeah.
What's surprising to me is that like I just have I'm like 2 like shared households deep, and even amongst those 2 households, one of them had like a rotating cast of people, and it's like I remain one of the only people seemingly out of 2 entire households that will just use a dishwasher. Like I'm the weird one for using a dishwasher, and I'm so confused by that because everyone not only is washing dishes by hand more time consuming, more of a pain in the ass, another thing to procrastinate on, and less water efficient than using a dishwasher, but there's this fucking household politics thing of like people getting mad at each other over the dishes, and it's like just put them in the dishwasher and then press the button. That's all you need. See, I will take dishes out of the sink sometimes and put them in the dishwasher when I'm about to run the dishwasher. I'm like, haha, they're being using the dishwasher whether you want to or not.
If you shit on the dishes, then everyone's gonna, if you just leave it as an idle threat and you say, like, once that crosses this line,
the dish shitter.
That's the shit line, and if the dishes pile up above that line, then
nothing
they're
is
getting
safe.
shit on. Then it's never crossing that line. That is a shit threshold that people
or you will be removed from the premises.
Well, that's when you declare yourself the landlord, or you're just like, I pay the most in rent, and then they just have to deal with your shit dishes.
I don't think landlordship works on like a dibs system.
Huh. Guess I'm not cut out to be a landlord. And with that,
because it requires more pre-planning than just being like, mine.
Being a landlord requires more planning than shitting on the dishes of a house to be like, okay, I'm leaving. God, it's yours.
You own this? I own this.
I own this.
We never did make it to, because you're working on batteries, so we never made it to having drones yet. One day.
Well, you gotta make a second drone port, and I was like, no, where would we even be porting things from or to?
Oh, because you need to have like a destination.
Yeah, so it's just felt a little bit arbitrary at that point.
Yeah, we need a goal. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna finish running this line to the high-speed connectors building.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish something, goddammit.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna head out.
See ya.
See you.
I wonder how many parts of this base are broken now. Man, the great stack is getting very mountainous. The further you get to either extreme, the less tall it gets as various things join and quit. But in the middle, that's when you have maximum bandwidth of number of things moving, so it's just like 12 stories tall. And I just added 2 more stories to it. Instagram stories. And there's our high-speed connecty boys. It's not necessarily going anywhere yet, so let's just give it a big box to fill up as we do. And that'll keep that shit occupied for a bit. Ooh. That was my concern. Alright. That was my concern. I think when it started the stream, consumption was at 3,300. Now it's getting up to 4,300. It's like, one, we're adding new buildings that will consume power, obviously. But also just making everything do stuff again so many things were like backed up and so they're like, well, I can't make anything. I'm just going to turn off. So once we're like adding more stuff to the end of the chain again, finally, everything starts springing into life. And suddenly that power climbs. Makes it a little hard to tell how much power you actually need. Just gotta wing it and just keep observing it. Because there is obviously, if you get above maximum consumption, then it's like, wow, if everything in the entire base is turned on, it won't even reach that. But, that doesn't really ever happen. Unless you're like some kind of maximum efficiency base. I guess what you could do is whenever you get to the end of the line, you would create like a warehouse that fills up, like I just did, and then split off from there and be like, well, if that thing's full, just throw it into a fucking awesome sink. I guess that's one way you can make the entire base on at all times so that it doesn't get backed up. That's basically it, though. These things... Yeah, these things probably still get... Yeah. Yeah, the ingots don't come in fast enough. I might genuinely have to go from 8... It was 8 buildings because it was all those. It might have to just be those 2 and then one of these. Not sure. I think this still has decent enough uptime that it's better than having only one of them. Let's see. Yeah, he said he added a blender. I've never seen one of these. It just snakes straight across the top. It's like, oh, here's some sulfur. Hey, welcome, here's my pea water. What is that? Alumina solution. The battery is made of alumina solution, aluminum casing, and sulfuric acid. It's not great if we ever want to scale this up. Because it's like, the space is kind of helpful for scaling this stuff up. Having them feed the stuff that's already here into it's a little weird. So we established there was 420 bauxite coming in. So this is 120. So that the 2 of these combined are 240. So I could at least add a third one of these buildings for bauxite production to up our stuff. And it outputs water and batteries. Okay, so that must have been the logic behind why he put it there, is because he wanted the water to go out into that. That is a choice. It's kind of an awkward consumption of space. TBH. Yeah, call me crazy, but I don't love that. Yeah. No, god damn it. This game needs to have a heavier bias when you connect to stacks and things towards the idea of it being going on the side that you're on. It keeps trying to latch to the other side and do a loop-de-loop. I'm like, why would I ever want that? Why would that ever be what I mean? Are you insane? I know there's a pulse, a ring that comes out when you attach a pump. We had a whole conversation about how it's wrong and incorrect, and you can't rely on it. So you're giving advice on the fact that we had that conversation, but don't seem to remember that we talked about specifically why it doesn't work in said conversation. Let's see. I want to loop around to that side. Probably go to the next support, even though it's kind of out of the way, but this one doesn't have a line of sight that'll work. It's going to be fun adding pumps to this one. Actually, we already have a Mark II on this one. I think it might still be making it all the way through here. Ah, fuck! It's so hard to move with this frame rate and everything freaking out. Might have to drop my settings again. Sometimes the game will just freak out when you're in the middle of trying to just move from place to place and then drop you. Yep, my solution is a way longer piece of pipe, but it doesn't add to our clutter problem. But at this point, I'm always trying to take steps to minimize or reduce the level of clutter we have, but it often involves adding to this stack, which we just extended that that orange pipe all the way around. It'd be kind of gross looking, but I might make it a yellow pipe. Because then it's like, oh, that's the sulfur pipe. It's probably useful to color code each pipe. Kind of wish you could do that with the conveyors. You kind of can, but it's not as obvious, especially since the stuff on the conveyors has less of an obvious color than stuff that is just straight up a fluid. Alright. Now we can have the blender over here facing forward. Blender. So blender is just an assembler, or a manufacturer, I mean, but it has 2 conveyor chunks and 2 pipe chunks. Which is very strange. Wires can go so far. And this was making batteries. This outputs batteries and water, which for some reason requires pipes, which feels weird. I'm not sure why pipes are involved in a storage container, but here we are. Oh. Water outputs to there. Okay. So now we need to connect the alumina solution, the sulfuric acid, and the aluminum casings. There's the sulfur. I'll just learn on the fly whether it's working because this pipe will be full of sulfur. Ooh, weird beam. What's up with that? What's with the vertical line? Oh yeah, it's clearly pumping just fine. I don't think I think the Mark 50 pump at the beginning of this whole process is still not being surpassed. I think 50 is just a lot, right? Yep, head lift is fine. I'm a little worried about... Yeah, he just stole the alumina solution from this thing. See, based on the 420 we have that's coming from the bauxite, I'm gonna probably make off camera a whole other layer of all this shit to up all the aluminum production. But for now, I'll temporarily put this here. But I'll probably replace this because it'll probably the math will change. But yeah, I don't know how this affects the next stages. Because the worry is that the alumina solution might feed into the next tier. Yeah, it will, like, it's currently the certain level at which the silica and alumina solutions are brought in. So if some of the alumina solutions are being taken away, then there'll be too much silica in a later stage, which might fuck up the math. But that's not today's problem. We're not dealing with that. What world type would you suggest for the first-time Satisfactory players? The one the game tells you to use. The game already answers that question, which is the one we're using here, the grasslands. It just tells you, like, this is the one for beginners, and then these ones are the ones for experts. The level select explains that. And it's not wrong. We did the forest first, and it was a lot harder. God, I do need to up all of our production. Yeah. Because right now, we need some of these casings for that. But it's already going down there for the other thing Bird's working on. We so don't have enough of this shit. Not good. Still, I don't really want to split it off early. So I'll split it off at this point. And then I'll just loop it back under, which will be silly. It's a silly, inefficient use of track space. Do I not have any? I don't have any healing items, do I? They're back at the base, but I'm not making another trip right now. Get. Time to use all this space down here. Just to have, not to have to... I prefer this over the idea of having the freaking conveyors go over everything again in a spider web. It's like, I've got this space down here that I can be a little more careful with. It becomes its own problem if this whole area becomes, like, massively overfilled with other shit eventually, but I kind of doubt that. Like, why would that happen with aluminum? God damn it. Okay, let's put a ladder here. There's so many traversal directions that are just springing up because a lot of this land is new. And it all has different problems for me. Should I raise it just to make it... Yeah, it clips. Yeah, just leave it on the ground. And now we have casings going through here. But I need to upscale everything in aluminum. Maybe even see if I can find more bauxite to feed in to make the whole thing bigger. We are currently making batteries. Everything seems pretty... yeah, everything's staying full for now. It's not that much aluminum casing per minute, all things considered.